Chris Ray's got the juice, nigga.
All right, there we go. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
I'm Alicia.
What up?
We did it right this time.
All right. Awesome, awesome. Just gets a little bit of readjusting there. What's going on, beautiful people? We are Twin Flames Unite, and this evening we are going to come in and hit you with some information that should be pretty helpful for you in navigating these waters right now, because we're going to be covering some major things as far as clearing up past pain and how to overcome your basic fears. Okay? And just as a little housekeeping, if you are new to this channel, we definitely thank you. We welcome you for holding space in here with us. We do ask that you subscribe, like, and share, just so we can get the information out there, because right now we're going to be dropping some information to really help you become your greatest version. Okay?
Yes. Hey, Solange, thank you so much. You said we look great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Max in the house. Welcome, Max. You know we love you so much.
Yes. All right. So just to give you a quick heads up on what's going down for this particular video. So we are going to be covering some major keys as far as how to eliminate past trauma. Okay.
And pain and fear, because, you know, just keeping it real, there is a lot of fear.
A lot.
There is a lot of fear floating around in this atmosphere. So we figure if we can provide some tools to help, you know, everyone, or anyone that comes across this video, some little tools and tips, you know, we can manage these false evidence that's appearing real, and we can really get to our greatest and highest self, more expansive self. Because as we go through this slide, you're going to see how our fears, you know, causes us a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And we're going to break it down one by one, and we're going to show you how these things are really, there are ways that we can really handle it and get rid of it and really start living our greatest and best lives and being the best versions of ourselves.
Yep. So, all right. And so for our Royal Twin Flames, this particular video is going to have a bonus that is just going to be available for our Royal Twin Flames after this live is done.
Yeah.
But if you just so happen to tune in for this live, you are in for a treat.
Yeah.
Okay? Because towards the end of this video, we're going to be giving you 4 basic steps to go through and pretty much annihilate any type of fear that's coming up in your life.
Right. And these tools are just tools that you keep in your toolbox. So, you know, we're not saying that, you know, you're fear-proof or whatnot.
No.
Because you're still here.
Right.
But tools that you can have so that you can manage and handle these emotions that make you fearful, or these situations that make you fearful. At least you know how to handle it.
Right. So, once again, if you are watching this on the live, you are in for a treat. Make sure you got your screenshots ready. Make sure you got a notepad, because we're about to go in. We're going to hit it hard and heavy tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
And says she likes my third eye piece. Thank you, sweetie. I got to protect it in these times, man.
Yep. All right. So, let's go ahead and get into it, because we're going to get right into it, all right? So for starting out, just letting you know, we're talking about clearing the way. We're talking about eliminating negative emotional blocks, okay? Now, these are 9 times out of 10, most emotional blocks are coming from things that we experienced in the past. Okay, and so we're going to be talking about, for the most part, those negative things that are not shaping our lives in the way that we want it. So that's what we're going to be jumping into this evening. So we're going to be touching on 5 keys to eliminate blocks and oh wow, typo, y'all. Hold up, I'm actually going to correct it right here on the screen, just so y'all know we are not perfect. So 5 keys to eliminating blocks and pains of the past.
Oh man, that's crazy.
All right. Now, beautiful, beautiful. Hold on, let me come in. I'll bring us in on here, okay? So the first thing when talking about eliminating these pains of the past is that we have to remember to be mindful.
Yes, guys.
Okay? Because once we're mindful, that means that we're being present, that we are aware of the things that are going on, and we're able to step outside of our emotions, step outside of ourselves, and see things as they truly, truly are,
and not what we want them to be. Because this is where things can get confusing sometimes. So
yes.
This is where we can feel stressed out. But if we are mindful and we completely accept things, people, circumstances, and situation as they are in that present moment, I mean, that is how you raise your awareness, literally. By just accepting it for what it is or who it is. Right?
Yep. All right. So just keeping in mind that these 5 keys that we're going to be touching on, these are some things to be mindful of, because once you're mindful of them, once again, you can step outside of it and you can actually see it for what it is and decide whether or not this is something that you want to continue to go along the journey with you.
Exactly.
Okay? So for our first one to be mindful of is to be mindful that your past does not cause pain.
All right, just take a second and take that in. Be mindful and just be completely aware. Just look at it. Don't judge it. We're not judging. We're not judging anything right now. We're just looking at something. So pay attention to your past. Look at it. Right? And analyze. Does this bring me pain? All right? Now, your thoughts about the past is what causes the pain. And I want you to stay with me. So you experience whatever situation that you had once, maybe twice, depending on how long it takes for us to get a lesson. But it's in the past and you experienced it already. But there is a record that continues to play. And each time that record plays, it's like you're literally in the moment. You're reliving the pain or whatever it is that's already gone.
Right.
Okay? But the thing that you have to be mindful of is that it already happened. You already experienced it. And so when you can bring yourself in the present moment to realize that, okay, I've already experienced this. I've already lived this. So I can let go of the pain.
Yes.
I don't have to hold on to the pain. And it's a choice. And in that moment, that's when you realize that it is a choice.
You can find freedom in knowing that it's like how can I put this? It's like knowing that you passed first grade and you don't have to repeat it, or knowing that you passed that you graduated from high school. It was an experience, and for some individuals, high school was a nightmare.
Right. It is difficult. Now, some of these experiences, the type of pain that they cause, the emotional pain that they cause, it can kind of get hardwired into our nervous system. Depends on the type of trauma it is. Now, for something like that, there are actually techniques that you can do to help to actually transmute that type of pain, that type of trauma. So that will be, probably will make a different video about, pain and trauma that's actually hardwired into the nervous system.
Yes.
So that's a different type of pain. But for the most part, you know, for the regular mundane pain, you can, you can let that go.
Yeah.
You know what you can let go and what you can't let go of, because you'll search through your hard drive, your memory, right, and you'll see what you can let go of, or what is just hardwired in there,
Right.
And you'll know the difference.
Yep. All right. So just remember that it's not your past that causes pain. It is the thoughts that are associated with those past events that cause pain.
Exactly. And thoughts become things and habits eventually.
Now, this next one is definitely one to really chew on, okay? Which is that number 2 is that you want to be mindful that beliefs cause pain or joy.
Wow.
Let me give y'all a chance to get a screenshot of this one. Let me come back out of this for a moment.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we have to be mindful that beliefs cause pain or joy.
And I want you guys to just remember that a belief is not a fact. Okay? This is something that we have to be mindful of.
Right.
A belief is not necessarily something that's true, or it is not necessarily a fact. So you want to check to see if you're really creating illusions for yourself. And are these illusions causing you pain, or is it causing you joy? And if it's an illusion and it's causing you joy, then when that illusion, you know, disappears, then, you know, it takes the joy with it.
Right.
So you got to be very mindful of that, okay?
Yeah, and also know that when you look into these beliefs, it's pretty much a story that you're telling yourself. Okay? So you just got to think about it. What type of stories do you want to tell yourself? Ones that are empowering, that bring you joy and happiness? Or are you telling yourself stories that bring upon fear and sorrow? You got to be real with yourself. Okay? But one other thing to think about when it comes to beliefs is that beliefs are opinions of others. Belief systems. Belief systems.
BS.
Yes. Belief systems are opinions of others that we accept in our lives. Okay?
Yeah. And sometimes we can make up these belief systems for ourselves too, but for the most part, you know, they're opinions, and everybody just agree on these opinions. And sometimes, again, the opinions, it could be true, but sometimes it's not necessarily true. But this is where the mindfulness comes in.
Right.
This is where we step into, you know, the watcher part of ourselves. We look at these things and we see, do I need to keep this, or do I need to get rid of this? Is this serving my highest and greatest good, or is this really not helping me to grow? This is where the honesty with self comes in.
Yes. Yeah, so just keep that in mind as we go through the rest of this presentation, because once again, we're coming in hard and giving you all this information. Hopefully you are taking the opportunities to take the screenshots and whatnot, because we're going in this evening because we want to provide you with some information that's really going to help you. Okay? Now, the other thing, well, actually, we got a little ahead of ourselves, but here it is.
Well, hey, we spoke too fast.
Yeah. Beliefs are not always facts.
Okay.
So, but the key part is to find your truth. If you see what it says right up here, find your truth.
Exactly, because what might be true for you, and this is important, okay? What might be true for you might not be true for someone else. There is subjective truths. You have your own truth, right? So if do we still have the 6-9 thing, or did you take that one out?
6-9.
When, you know, somebody's looking at the 6 from this side.
That was actually in another presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another presentation.
That's just you know, people live in different truths because of the perspectives, right? Their perception. So if I'm standing, if you have a number 9, and I'm standing at the, you know, at the bottom, it'll look like a 9 to me, but somebody that's standing at the other side, it would look like a 6. Now, who's wrong?
Ain't nobody wrong.
They have their own truth, through their own experiences. So you have to check, check yourself and be mindful.
Yeah. And speaking of that, this is a beautiful segue into this. Is number 3. Be mindful that most humans spend most of their lives living in their minds.
Wow.
Reminding themselves of self-imposed guilt and judgment.
Wow. So you see?
So, what's going on, Angie?
Hey, Angie.
Yes.
Welcome, sweetie. Welcome. Just take a second to welcome everyone that came in. We got Peace, Love, 1088. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think somebody else came in, but welcome if you just joined us. Goddess 999. Welcome, my love. Thank you for coming in. Lots of love to you guys for being here with us.
Yes.
Just wanted to take some time to say what up.
All right. Now, just keeping in mind that from what we just stated there, that most people are in their heads, and 9 times out of 10, they're not replaying happy thoughts.
Right.
They're replaying different past traumas and judgments that they've gone through that they're imposing on themselves. So you have to think about it. So if these belief systems that we're accepting most of the time are coming from individuals who are not that well balanced,
Right.
is it really something that we need to continue with?
Yeah, it
Just
takes
saying.
a lot to really check your belief systems. Just being honest with yourself, because it's only then that we can grow. Is when we're completely honest with ourselves. And that is a part of self-love. Growing into loving ourselves is being authentic and honest. It's taking a step back to see where we're at. And thus far, are my belief systems, are they helping me? And are my belief systems true? Are my belief systems true to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, is it true to you? Is it your truth? All these belief systems that might have collected over a lifetime, you always have to double check to see if it rings true to you.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people that's having these questions running through their heads, like, if only I had moved,
Right.
if only they loved me, if only.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of people's mindset is. So when you think about the past that, when you think about the pain that you have experienced in the past that came from other people's belief systems, you got to understand that this information is based off of dysfunction.
Yes.
It's based off of something that is not balanced. And that's why we seem so crazy sometimes, because it don't make sense.
It does not make any lick of sense. And when I used to go to therapy a couple years ago, maybe 2, wow, it's been a while since I've been out of therapy. Wow. One thing that I used to always try to do, and I would get stuck, and I used to try to make sense out of nonsense, pretty much.
Yep.
Like, it was just a thing for me to do, to sit down and really try to make sense out of someone's actions that is just completely, it's crazy. It makes no sense at all. But I would sit there for weeks, for months, sometimes even years, and try to make sense out of nonsense, complete nonsense. And so my therapist, she was like, Alicia, why do you do that? So I'm like, what do you mean? What am I doing? She's like, what? Why do you always try to make sense out of something that doesn't make any sense at all? And I thought about it. I was like, I do, don't I?
Yeah.
She's like, yes. And this is where your stress, she's like, 80% of your stress is coming from you trying to make sense out of nonsense, or trying to make something sane that is insane. She's like, stop doing that. You have to let things be. If something doesn't make any sense, it just is. It doesn't. So why play these stories in your mind, and just relive these things over and over again, hoping it's going to make sense when it can't?
Yes.
Some things you just have to let go and let it be, right?
Speaking of that, let's roll right into the next one, which is number 4, is to be mindful that you have freedom
Freedom of choice. So we have freedom of choice. And this just goes to show that we are not perfect. Okay? This earth is not even, it's literally tilted and spinning. So this world is you know, it's not perfect. And we're not perfect, but we still do have freedom of choice.
Yes.
Always have
freedom.
Always. No matter what the situation looks like, you always have a choice. You might not always like your options.
Nope.
But you do always have a choice. And you can choose at any time.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. And yes, and one of the choices, now this is one to definitely keep in mind, is that you can freely choose to let go and be, or continue to wallow in your ego pool of despair.
Your choice. Totally your choice. But just know that one sets you free and one literally keeps you captive.
Yeah. Because just think about it. On this particular picture here, let's come on in so y'all can see us.
Yeah.
Okay? Just think about this picture here. If this little boy lets go of this lantern, he would have a wonderful memory of seeing this beautiful tapestry of candle lanterns just floating in the sky. Okay? But if you are aware, if he kept that, if he held on to that lantern maybe a little bit too long, it probably could catch on fire.
Or burn him up.
And just mess up the whole situation.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we let go, we can allow beauty to unfold right in front of our eyes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Sometimes you hold on to things a little too long, and then it becomes ugly.
Yeah. So learn to let it go.
Yeah.
Be mindful of knowing that you have the free will to choose. You have the free will to choose to let it go and be.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation is, and whether it's your boss that's making you upset,
oh
or if
boy,
it's
we got to touch on that one.
We just got to bring that in. If it's your boss that's making you upset, if it is a family member that is telling you that you need to get back into church, or whatever.
Wow.
You know, sometimes we got to learn to pick your battles.
Yeah, and stay true to yourself. You know, you live a much happier, more fulfilled life when you stay true to yourself. You keep your peace. Your peace. You know what? What is it? It's Tyler Perry in Medea. One of the scenes, he said, you can only find peace two places: in your house and in your grave. So why let somebody steal your peace, right? Don't let them steal your summers. They're not even worth it. When you really think about it, they are not worth it. A lot of these people are miserable. They haven't done any shadow work. They don't even know what shadow work is.
Right.
They're completely going to return here and not really ascend in this lifetime. Like, sometimes, you know, they're just there to test us to see how far we've come. Like, you know, they come and they come again to keep testing to see where you at in your growth and development. So
yeah. Because to be honest, y'all, hey, I got tested yesterday. Now, I want to say that I did better than what I would have normally done. I did better than what I would normally have done. But we all get tested.
Yeah.
Okay? We all get tested, as you can see, just because we are correcting misspelled stuff right in front of your eyes. We are not perfect.
No, it's not about being perfect. It's about knowing that you have tools that you can use when the time is, when it's needed. When, you know, when it's time for you to use those tools, it's important to know, okay, I know what to do. It's not that you're not going to encounter these situations. You're just going to know what to do when it comes.
Oh,
he's going to see
shortly
because Mama said, no, oh, wow, Alexis.
Hold on. Next, you know, you're going to get us off track. Let me show you what we need to do for that.
Oh, my God.
Because just the last thing, number 5, to be mindful of is that where attention goes,
there you go.
Energy
flows. Facts. Look at that.
Okay.
So just be mindful. Be mindful that wherever we put our energy, wherever we put our attention, that is where we put in our energy. And trust and believe you me, some of these people are not worth our energy.
No.
Some of these situations are not worth our energy. Not worth it. Because you know what? 20 years from now, when we lay on our, when we having our final days and we laying down, we're not going to be we might not even remember some of these people's last or first names,
No.
but the things that we're going to remember are all the things that we didn't do or all the things that we should have did. And, so I would say put our energy into things that that we want to do, so that we have less things to say, I should have did this, I should have done that. So yeah, those people are not worth it.
No, they are not.
They are not worth. I realized that a long time ago. There was a few people that used to really push my buttons, and they used to push my buttons really, really bad. It was bad, and I had to do some self work, and I had to step back, and I had to see that they're not gonna change. So I already know that that's just how they are, and some people, they're just the way that they are. So I had to figure out a way to change my response.
Yeah.
So I realized that my experience, I had to take my power back and know that my experience is literally held within my response.
Yes.
Not my reaction, but my response. And so once I started changing the way that I responded, my experience with those individuals, it changed completely.
Yeah. So, and to sum up what you're saying, so you literally decided which wolf to feed.
Yes, exactly.
We got a little story for you all.
Yeah.
You may have heard it. You may have not, but we're gonna bring it forward to you. And we got a little story to tell you, so just follow along with us.
Yes. And exactly, she said, Alexis said it really good.
What's that?
She said, nah, you ever warned against principles and principalities and spiritual wickedness and wickedness in high places. Yes, absolutely. Don't worry, fam, I'm equipped and intentionally sending energy there, cause it's battle. Yeah, but you know what? What I learned about those type of energies is that there are people. These things know about alchemy also. Okay, so sometimes we tend to think that only people of the light or only people, who's in God's army, how they, whatever terminology that they want to put in it, we tend to think that, they're the only ones that know alchemy, right? So you want to be very mindful of where you put your energy, because energy is energy and it's yours. Okay? So just be very mindful where you put your energy. And we're going to read this thing right here. We put it on our Instagram page, but I think this is a really good it's a really good analogy, and it's an old myth. It's an old story of two wolves. All right? And I'm going to just read it out for you. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside me, he said. He said to the boy, "It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego." He continued, "The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you and inside every other person too." The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf will win?" The old how you say Cherokee? Because my Cherokee, my accent is really off. The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." The one you feed.
It's just that simple.
And do you know what you feed it with? Your attention. Your attention and your intention.
Mm-hmm.
So that story right there sums it up.
Yeah.
It just really sums it up really nicely.
It really, really does.
Right?
And then last but not least, just to let you know that
Yeah.
the moment we realize that all fears are an illusion,
Yeah.
we gain the power to look at them and kick them out the door.
Exactly. And who is this? Amo 888. The grass is green where you water it. Oh, that is beautiful, baby. Can we highlight that?
Not
we
tonight.
Can't. Oh, not tonight. We
Not
don't got
tonight.
the. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The
that
grass is green where you water it.
Mm-hmm.
That is powerful.
Yes.
Powerful,
yes.
powerful. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, hopefully that information was really helpful for you as far as if you didn't catch anything that was going on in these 5 things. The 2 words that should really be sticking out to you are to be mindful.
Be mindful. Be present so you can receive your gifts, your many gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Be present in the moment. Be aware of what is going on. Be aware of where you are emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Use emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm. She said, okay, my question is, I'm feeling my... waking up, but I
feel like someone...
Not her is holding her back like a mother figure can.
Should I be worried? No.
But, no, definitely... Don't you know what? You are actually in for a treat because you called us live, and that's actually one of the fears that we're going to be talking about as far as the 4 steps to get over these basic fears. So definitely hold tight for that. And with that being said, if you are watching this, for the ones who are going to be watching this on the pre-recorded, this is where we would leave you. We hope that you take the opportunity to become a royal twin flame so that you can see the rest of this video. But other than that, we love you. Peace out. And with that being said, for everybody else who is watching this on the live, okay, you are in for a treat because if you are not a royal twin flame, this is part of the information and the stuff that we are revealing to our royal twin flames because we really want to help you all transcend all of this BS. Transcend all of these belief systems, transcend all of these fears. Okay? And there are some basic fears that we're going to get into, but we're going to go ahead and we're getting into the bonus round.
We about to be transmuted, all of these fear and all of these pain, and really we're going to repurpose. So it's going to be a transmutation and a repurposing of energy.
Yes.
Yep.
So we're going to get right into it. So, come on now. All right. So we're going to give you 4 steps for eliminating some basic fears. And as you can see in this column, we have, I think, about 16 basic fears that most individuals have. And we're just going to run through them kind of quickly.
Yeah, real quick. So we got the criticism, you know, being fearful of people criticizing you, rejection, fear of someone rejecting you, maybe you asking them to be your Valentine, I don't know, whatever, fear of rejection, be insignificant, fear of being insignificant, right? I'm gonna read over here because I can't really see over here.
There's a fear of being a failure, which is big for most men. Intimacy issues are a big fear. Being disliked is a fear.
That's the big one for some people, not everybody, because some people have really they've integrated and they really that's not even an issue anymore.
Yes. And then Solange, oh gosh, hold on, because we're on a whole different system. I can't even see if she actually became a royal twin flame or not. Let me see.
Oh, she did. Oh, welcome.
Solange, that's what's up.
Oh,
What's going on?
welcome. It doesn't show us on this thing right here.
Yeah, we can't see it on the thing that we're on right now, so that's awesome.
Welcome to the family.
Oh yeah, because and definitely stay posted because
Yes.
we will be posting the meeting for the Royal Twin Flames tonight because we're going to start going down to having the Royal Twin Flames meeting twice a month. Okay, so yeah, but getting back into it.
Yes.
One of the other basic fears that most people have is commitment.
Commitment. That's a big one.
A very big one. Being alone is a big fear.
That's another one.
On whole different levels. Like a lot of people are afraid of being alone. Yeah. Disappointing others.
Yes.
Being weak or frightened. Confrontation.
That's a big one too.
Okay. Meeting people.
Oh yeah, that's shy. You know, people are shy.
Okay. Economic deprivation. They're talking about being poor. That's just big words for being poor. Okay. Some people are afraid to be poor. Let's be real.
I am so done.
Okay. Being controlled.
That's you can see why.
Yeah. And shyness is one of the basic fears, and also the fear of boredom, which a lot of our kids and teenagers are dreading right now.
They're terrified of being bored.
Okay, so those are some of the basic fears, and you know, you may have your own fears that you have because this stuff is not cookie cutter.
It's not.
Okay, it's not cookie cutter, but this is just the basic stuff.
Yes.
And so what we're about to dive into are just some steps that you can start implementing tonight.
Yes. Right now, like get a pen, you know, or
definitely
you can start like typing it on your phone or whatnot. But this is a really good exercise. It really does help to narrow things down. And again, it takes complete honesty with self. And honesty with self is love for self. It's how you love yourself. So just become completely aware.
Check something real quick. Okay, just want to make sure that was all in frame. All right, awesome. So if y'all are ready, we're about to go ahead and jump into it because these are some steps that you can go through to overcome some of your most basic fears. And before we go into that, shameless plug, and this is for, if you're watching this, you're a Royal Twin Flame, which means that you have 22% off of all services.
Exactly.
Okay? And Solange, just be on the lookout for that because it's time for me to repost another thing for our Royal Twin Flame so that they know what the discount code is.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because we had a few people that joined, I think over the weekend or this week.
Right.
So we have a few more, maybe 4 or 5 more people that joined. So maybe this Saturday we might have a bigger crew.
Yeah. All right. But definitely, gosh, I forgot where I was going with that. Shameless plug is that for our Royal Twin Flames, if you are in a situation and you need more assistance than what we're about to share on this video, definitely we would be so honored if you would go and book a session with us. The information, is scrolling down below at the twinflamesunite.com, and you can go there and book a session. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first step, when you start noticing these fears, is that you need to become completely aware of your fears.
Yes.
Okay? Write them down.
Write them down. And listen, if you want to check to see if it's a fear, put your hands in your chest. And it'll be your heart rate would start accelerated.
Right.
That's how you know if it's a fear, if it's a real fear. Because the moment you start thinking about it, your heartbeat speeds up.
Is somebody going to the website already?
So that's how you check to see what you're fearful of. Okay, just in case you wanted to do a little check.
Right. But now the second step is to watch your fears.
Yeah. Watch
your fears as if you're watching a movie.
It's gonna take some courage.
Okay. Now here's where the real power comes in this, and we're gonna step back on this before we go into the third step. Give me just a second here, okay? So if you can step back and watch your fears as if it were a movie, For example, okay, let's just say you have a big presentation to do, right? And you may be fearful of speaking in front of people. A lot of people have that fear. What you can do is, before you give that presentation, preferably the night before, you can sit and visualize in your mind's eye, the most perfect scenario for your presentation. Like, just imagine that you were there and you're speaking to the individuals. Everybody is lapping it up. They are sitting on the edge of their seat just waiting to hear what you're saying. And you play that out and you watch how your fears just deflate. Because you start to realize that you are the master of your fate. You are the master of yourself, not your emotions.
Exactly. Your emotions are tools, just like these things. They're all tools. And if you utilize a tool wrong, then it's not going to be serving the purpose in which it's intended for. Right? So these are all tools. Now, if you have a fear of your twin flame never coming back, okay? Or if you have a fear that you're going to end up being alone, you're never going to find someone. These are all fears.
Yeah,
and they're all valid, right? So whatever your fear might be, write them down. Write them all down.
Yes.
As many as you can recall, and then play them out in your head. Like, just play it out. Like my baby said, like movies, like you're watching a movie and you play it out. And then, you know, you watch all those fears. Like, you can do it one at a time for it to be more effective.
Yeah.
And you watch it just, you know, play out and just dissolve. And then you can even take it a step further and you can transmute those fears, right? By literally replacing the story, okay, with a more empowering story. Because the fear comes with the story. It's a story that you're looking at. It's a story that you're telling yourself, and this is what's making you afraid.
Yeah, because just imagine if you watch horror movies, because prior to my awakening, I used to watch horror movies all the time. Okay? And there was some that really got me caught up. I felt like something was behind me about to come
Probably
get me.
was.
That's because I bought into the story.
There you go.
Okay? We can do the same thing. You just got to remember that this movie, you are the main star.
Yeah. And it's
We're just co-cast.
It's all happening where?
In the mind.
Up here. Well, this is just the brain. The brain is just a facilitator of the mind, right? Just like the PC is just a facilitator of the programs.
Right.
But everything is really happening in the mind space. And you have full control.
Full control. Full
control of what's going on up there, providing you don't got no nanos and stuff. That's a whole nother video.
Yeah. And you know what? Just a quick side note on something. One thing that I was really grateful for when it came to nightmares, when I was a kid, is that my grandmother would tell me that I have control of my dreams. I was like, what? I got control of I'm dreaming. How am I gonna control it? She's like, it's all happening in your head. Okay?
And you never think it sounds so simple. You never even think of stuff like that, right?
Right. But she was right, because I used to have this nightmare. And
with the banana man?
Yeah, with the banana man. I don't know, some of y'all may have heard this, you may not have. But as a kid, I used to have this terrible nightmare of this gigantic banana. Like, his peel was down and he had his arms, he had his teeth. And he was coming out to get me.
Oh, God,
this is probably the reason why I didn't start eating bananas until I became an adult.
You still don't really like bananas.
I still don't like the
bananas. You don't
bananas.
mess with them bananas.
Okay? But I used to have that recurring nightmare. And it didn't change until my grandmama told me that you control your dreams. And I could remember as a kid, because I didn't want to have the nightmares anymore, I was thinking about that real hard before I went to sleep. And by the time I got into the dream, I know at one point I finally changed that banana into a small banana, and I picked them up and ate them.
Ate that banana. It don't bother you no more?
It don't bother me no more.
And we have Les.
So-
Les is Max. Thank you so much for helping Les. She
Yes.
said she cries many times to sleep because of this, or I have sleepless nights because I'm worried I will never have enough money for her mom to even let her be with me. Sorry, I will stop talking now. No, don't be sorry for talking.
Yeah, no, don't be sorry.
Not at all.
But just understand that this is a part of the growth. This is something that you can write down. Definitely the stuff that you're writing down in the chat. Take this opportunity to write it down in a book.
Yeah.
And like we said, we're gonna go through and watch these fears as a movie. Now the third part, which is going to be the major key, is that we're going to meditate 3 times a day.
This is some commitment.
Now, this is this type of meditation that you're going to be doing is very intentional, because during this meditation, you're going to take down those fears that you wrote down. Excuse me, and you're going to meditate on them, and this is where you're going to be watching it as a movie. Oh wow, I'm talking too much.
It's okay.
But yeah, but this is where you're going to be watching it as a movie, okay? And while you're watching it as a movie, you're going to be telling yourself this affirmation that we're going to bring up here in just a moment. But before we go into that, is that you want to play this movie over in your mind and change the story.
That's the important part. So you have to, and what this is called transmutation. This is called repurposing. So you're literally transmuting, and this is how you become an alchemist. This is what alchemy is literally turning it around, because that story that you're telling yourself that's making you cry, it's not serving you. It is not helping you to grow into your greatest and best version. It's actually holding you back. So you get a chance to tell yourself a completely different story in place of that story that's making you sad. And so what you're doing is you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. So when you, and this is why you have to meditate, because you're changing the subconscious. Okay, and so the meditation at 3 times a day helps you to replace that memory.
And once you have gotten to the point, because you're going to know when you do those meditations, and just take the fears one at a time. We're here, we're eternal, we're not going anywhere. So take these fears one at a time. And once you have that feeling, like you can exhale, right?
Oh, what's his name say that we going out?
Yeah, they don't like us giving these type of tools.
They don't like when we say reprogram the subconscious mind. Man, listen, we put a post on IG about reprogramming the subconscious mind. We got 5 likes. They don't like that type of stuff, man. They don't like it. Man.
Yeah, but once you have that feeling of that fear deflating and going away, you want to now say this affirmation to yourself.
Yes.
I am perfect.
Say it with me, guys.
Just as I am.
Just as I am.
And every moment is perfect.
It's perfect. Sing it if you have to. Make up a song.
Say, I am perfect.
I am perfect.
Just as I am.
Just as I am.
And every moment.
And every moment
is perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sing it, guys. Screenshot that and sing it. And in your meditation, this is what you will say. Make this a mantra.
Yes.
And to add to your mantra, you want to say everything works together for my success, wealth, and happiness. Every time you get into a slumber, and every time you feel like, maybe the world is against you or something is not happening in your favor, get rid of that frequency. Knock it the hell out. And you just replace it with everything works together for my success, wealth, and happiness. It doesn't matter what the situation looks like, it is working in your favor.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Now, let's just be real. Because just like we've gone through and we've done shadow work and we've transcended ourselves and we've raised our vibration, every now and again we get tested.
We do. We get tested.
And so the 4th step is for when you get tested.
Yes.
Okay.
We do get tested.
Because sometimes those fears are just going to bring that other head back around.
They do come around. Like Alexis say, listen, believe it, it will come. You will be tested. And so this is what you do.
Yeah. So the first thing is that you stop. Take a pause. Breathe.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath in and let it out.
Right.
Now that you've calmed down, replay those fears back over in your mind, just like that movie you did before, and watch that fear deflate.
Now, sometimes you might need more than one breath. I'm just being honest. Depending on what the situation is, one breath might not do it.
Right.
Okay, you might need about 5 or 6. Really deep, filling up the belly, holding it. You might need to do a breathe for 4, hold for 4, release for 4.
Right.
You might need to do that 5 or 6 times, depending on what or who you're dealing with. Okay, and all that oxygen will just flood your brain cells. It would flood your body, and it'll kind of bring you back, because this is a physical thing. Sometimes we don't realize that when we go into that fight or flight mode, it's actually a physical thing that's happening to the body in that moment. Something physical is taking place. Okay. And just because we can't really look inside, but it's just because we can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's happening.
Right.
So what you do is when you take those breaths, you're actually counteracting, those emotions and stuff like that. It's a counteracting to bring back balance within the body, so that you can, respond in balance. So that's why those breaths are really important.
Right. And once you've gotten to the point where you've calmed down and you have replayed the movie and the fear has floated away, this is the very last step. Is that you tell fear, you no longer control me.
Yep.
I am done with you.
Finish. Like a bad relationship. Get out of here.
Leave now.
And don't come back.
And this is what you say out loud.
Yeah.
You say this out loud. You let fear know who the boss is.
That's right.
Okay?
You don't run this show. What the hell you doing here? Get out of here. And take your power back. Because we are not fearful people. We come from love. And the opposite of love is not hate.
Right.
The opposite of love is fear. Because people hate because they are afraid of something.
Yep.
That's why they hate, because they're deep down inside, they are afraid. So the opposite of love is fear.
Yep.
Okay?
Facts.
And when you vibrate on the frequency of love, you are high, baby. And anything that's trying to come to steal your love, tell it to go. And that's fear.
Yep.
That's the one that comes and shake you. You get shit. It takes your life force. Fear literally takes your prana. It takes your prana away from you, which is your life force. So this is why when fear comes and it's taking your prana, you have to replace your prana with those breaths. That's what you're doing. The fear that's trying to take the prana, you be like, nope, give me back give me back my prana.
Bring it back in.
What you doing?
Bring it back in.
Give me back my life force. Nope, you can't have it. So this is literally what you're doing when you take those deep breaths. You are taking back your power, literally. And so whenever that happens, you just envision, our intentions is really strong. Our intentions, once we get to, certain levels, our intentions can literally create song lines, grid lines. Okay? Yep. That's how strong our intentions are.
Yep.
But they'll never tell you that shit.
No, they're not going to tell you.
But we did. We told you.
All right. So, and the other thing that we're going to tell you that they won't tell you is that you are God.
So we're going to keep saying it till it starts ringing. It's going to sink in. You're going to realize it.
Just repeat after us. I am God.
And the only proof that you need, because they told you that God is in a temple, didn't he? So all you got to do is go like this. When they tell you, no, God is in the temple, you go, well, I got 2 right here. If he's in the temple, then he's right here. Because I only got 1 temple. I got 2. So don't let them trick you. Okay? Don't let them fool you. Don't let them do it. So the God is within you.
Yes.
Okay, everything that you need to navigate this realm of reality, this experience that we have here, you came equipped with everything, healing,
Yes.
whatever you need, it's found in here. It's just that sometimes we have to activate them things, you know, because sometimes it's laying dormant within the DNA.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. We
Yeah.
have it.
Yep.
We don't have to go outside to find stuff.
Right. And to Leah Walls, we have actually we just put a meditation out on what day was that? Was that 1/11? Yeah, we put it out on 1/11. We just did a
What's that,
meditation.
Tuesday or Wednesday?
That was
I don't even know the days of the week no more.
I don't remember what day that was. That Monday?
Baby, I can't keep up. I'm trying.
I think it was Monday.
One
I think
of
it was
them
Monday.
days.
We just put a meditation out.
We don't know. We try to stay out. We are trying to stay out of the weekdays. We don't want to be on no weekends or no weekdays and no. We're trying to stay out of these days. Period. Okay.
Yeah, but if you go to our channel and you go to the playlist, there is a playlist that says for meditation, and these are meditations that we curated throughout YouTube that are pretty good meditations. Some of them are breathing meditations, some of them are guided meditations, some of them are just music played at the high frequencies to really help change some things inside. So
yes, and we do have cord cutting.
Yes, it's on there.
Meditation for those of you that need assistance in letting go.
Yes.
Cutting cords with you know,
love.
with people who you don't resonate with any longer. Like, you know, sometimes people come into your lives and, you know, they're really there to help you to grow and, you know, on a spiritual level, but somehow you feel like, you know what, I don't want to really do this anymore. I think I don't even need this lesson anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go and you can do the cord cutting exercise, and that cord cutting exercise is beautiful because it does the cord cutting in a very loving way. And so when you're cutting cords, you want to be very careful not to cut the cords because sometimes you can actually create more karma when you cut the cords. If you're doing it in a type of like vengeful way, you don't never want to cut cords in a vengeful way. So the cord cutting video that we have, I think it's in the meditation section.
Yeah, it's in the meditation section.
It's really good because it allows you to release those individuals in love, in the highest vibrations, so that it doesn't create more karma, and you know, for you.
Yeah, and Angie, you know, you asked a really good question, and something just came to me as I saw it. But the question is, how long do you have to meditate? But first, you have to answer that question. You first have to understand what is meditation.
Yeah.
And meditation is when you look into the basics of it, it's the study of self. Okay, it's paying yourself some attention.
Right.
It's taking time to connect with yourself. So with that being said, I mean, you want a lot of other people to pay you attention, and you want them to pay attention for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So why not give that attention to yourself?
Right.
But start now, because this is a whole new concept for a lot of
some people can't.
Not everybody is ready for that. So at the end of the day, follow your intuition.
Yeah.
If your intuition is telling you to meditate for 2 minutes, do it for 2 minutes. But during that 2 minutes, make sure that you are completely present, because it doesn't matter how long it is.
Right.
It is what really matters is the connection that is made.
Right. And then once you start really building that connection, listen, you'll be gone for 40 minutes and then you come back and you feel like you didn't go anywhere. Like, it's like, sometimes time doesn't exist. It's like a time lapse that takes place sometimes. The more that you meditate, the more that you get to know who you are, and the more that you want to meditate, because you realize that this is really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And so real quick before we head out, because we got most of our royal twin flames here.
I can't even see them. I don't like this thing right here. Let me look at my phone because I can't see.
But just keep in mind that this Saturday we will be holding our royal twin flame meeting. So definitely look forward for the link. And we just like a little bit of feedback from you all. We're trying to figure out if we want to do this in the afternoon, say around noon, or if you want to do a little bit later in the evening around, say, 4-ish. Definitely drop a comment, let us know. And also, once we post it in the community, just let us know if you all would prefer to have it either around noon or maybe around like 3 or 4 o'clock. We're going to put that in the community board after this meeting. So, well, after this live.
Yeah,
Y'all
because
know
we're
what we're saying.
trying to see how to facilitate everybody because we want to do it every Saturday, but we
Yeah.
don't want to take up you guys' time every single Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we know
And
you might want to do something, you know, so.
Yeah, and we appreciate for those who have
Yeah.
already, because we put a poll out earlier because we wanted to find out how often you all
Right.
want to meet every month.
Right.
And so far, we have had most people saying that they only want to meet twice a month, which is cool.
Yeah.
And so if everybody is in agreement with that, then that's what, well, we're going to go with the majority. Okay?
Right. So if you want to do it twice, you know, and as we grow, you know, as the community does grow, if there's some that want to do it every week, you know, then we'll figure out a way, you know, we'll work around it. But for right now, I think it's fair enough to do twice, like every other week. And that way we're not taking up your whole Saturday for the whole month, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But Blue Diamond Dust in the house.
Yes.
Welcome, sweetheart. Welcome. Another one of our royal twin flames in the house. Love you guys so much. But did I read the? I don't think did you guys?
No, we didn't.
No,
because it cut out.
Yeah, it did cut out. Yeah. So I actually did.
We're gonna go over these cards real quick.
Mystic Seeker, welcome, sweetie. She said, "This is crazy today. I was just looking up there. I had Pisces, or pieces. Why am I saying Pisces? Pieces on Etsy, and I saw a recommendation for your live. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You are in for a treat because just for those of y'all who are watching live, and if you're not a Royal Twin Flame, you are definitely in a treat, and hopefully you were able to take notes while you were watching this live, because after this live is over, the full amount is only going to be available for our Royal Twin Flame. So if you were here after it said the bonus, you definitely got a treat.
Yes, and Mystic Seeker, she said she was looking up third eye headpieces. Yes.
You got right on your head.
Listen, I made this. Maybe I should make some more.
Yeah, we got to.
Because I used to make a lot of jewelry. When was that? About 2 years ago, huh? Wow. Yeah, I used to make a lot of jewelry. Like I did necklace. Like I did this too.
Rings.
Made this necklace, and it has a little design on it. This one, and I did the bracelet. I did the rings. I used to do a lot of crystal copper wrapping jewelry. But I don't know. Maybe y'all inspired me to start back making more jewelry.
Yep.
So if you guys want me to, maybe I'll use this as some type of encouragement to go ahead and start back making these pieces and providing it to the community. Maybe, I haven't done it in a while, and I miss making jewelry.
Yeah, we gotta get back into it.
Yeah,
but let's
get the reading.
Yeah.
So here we go. So 2 cards came out, and I really thought that these cards were very interesting. So look, this one is intuition. Okay, that's intuition. And so we all know what that means. We have to trust our instincts. We have to trust our intuition. We have to look within self for our real answers, the answers that we really need. You know what? I figured it out. We already know that we know the answers.
Right.
You know why we look outside? Because sometimes we don't like that answer.
We want a second opinion.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't always like the answer that we're getting on the inside, right? So because we don't like the answer, we go outside to see if we'll get an answer that we like. But we already know that the answer that we need, we already have it, and we already know it. I promise you, we already know what to do. Sometimes we just don't like what we get, you know, the instructions. But 9 times out of the 10, if we follow that, you know, our intuition, it will always lead us where we meant to be.
Yep.
You know, we'll always have experiences that serve in our greatest and highest good. Sometimes those experiences are not always pleasant, right?
Right.
It's not about the whole enjoyment thing, because we can't just eat ice cream all day long and, you know, candy and all these sweet stuff that tastes good and feels good. We can't have that all day long. Sometimes we need the bitters.
Yep.
Okay, when it's time to detox, we need that bitters for our blood because it cleans the blood, and it tastes horrible, but it's a good purge. And there's sometimes with these experiences that we have, it is horrible, but it's a good purging of the soul.
Yep.
And it's you know, it helps with expansion. Now the next one is the sage. The sage, you know, that's the wisdom keeper, right? And so this means that for the most part, we are all like old souls returning back here in this particular time. A lot of us, as far as the collectives, we are old souls. And so we already know what to do. Old souls, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are probably in my cluster. You know what my son told me? I'm gonna tell y'all this little thing my son told me. His name is Zion, by the way. Zion 7. Very beautiful child. Very, very special soul. And I'm not just saying that because he's my son. I'm saying that because it's true.
Yeah.
He is I don't even know what he's doing here, but sometimes I think he's just down here to take a look at what the earthlings are doing. But he told me the other day that he said, Mom, and this is just how he comes to me out of nowhere. He'll just come out of the living room, Mom. I'm like, what, Zion? And he'll be like, you know that souls travel in clusters, right? So I'm looking at him. I'm like, know where this conversation is going. I'm like, okay, yeah, soul family. He's like, yeah, they travel in clusters. And then he said, and usually within that cluster, there is one soul that stands out. And I'm like, the one soul stands out? I'm like, yeah, that's the black sheep. He's like, yeah. And that one soul is there to uplift the lineage, like the generation line, to evolve them. And so they all get evolved through that one soul.
Yes. And
I'm like, huh. I'm resonating, but where did you get that information? Did you read it someplace? Like, did you see it on the YouTube channel? He's like, I don't know. I just know. And I'm like, huh. And so right after he brought that message, his nose started bleeding. And so that's how I know that it was like if you want to call it an upload or a download or some type of stuff that came in. But he usually have like nosebleeds. And because now that I'm thinking about it, whenever he have those random nosebleeds, it's like something goes on. It's like he's tuned into something. But yeah, I just figure I'll share that little story with y'all. So yeah, we're all old souls, guys.
Yep, all old souls.
We are the ancestors. Welcome.
All right. So hopefully all of this information was helpful for you. For our Royal Twin Flames, you know, we definitely love y'all so much. And for our regular subscribers, I mean, not regular, let me thought that about. For all of our subscribers, we love you all so much. And we appreciate all of you because we wouldn't be here without you. And
Carrick got a big question. Hold on, we can't go without helping our brother Carrick. He said, how would you guys handle someone you know going through a dark night of the soul or cognitive dissonance with the stuff going on in the world? So Carrick, baby, this is a very reason why we did this video.
Yeah.
Because we know that people are very afraid. They are super afraid. There is a lot of people right now on this planet and they're literally waking up.
Yeah.
But they're waking up to a shit show. Excuse my expression, but it's the truth. They're waking up to the truth and they don't like the truth because they're waking up to the fact that they've been lied to their entire life. They're waking up to the fact that everything is a lie. Everything is a freaking hoax.
Yeah.
You know, they're waking up to the fact too, you know, the whole thing that they told them about the whole, you know, picket fence and all its the
About going to college and
going to
getting a good
college,
job.
you know, the American dream. And they're realizing that the only way you can have that is if you're asleep. You can only experience that American dream if you're asleep.
Right.
And a lot of them are waking up to that reality and they don't like it. And so there are two things that's going to happen. It's you know, we're dealing with the polls. It ain't November, but we still dealing with them polls. So one or two things is going to happen. Either they're going to play out the Bird Box situation, right? And we're going to be looking like the crazy ones in the movie in the Bird Box that's trying to see, you know.
Yep.
It's going to be that situation, and they're just going to be like, nope. And they're going to put their blindfolds on, and they're going to go right back in to their matrix. They're going to have those kinds, right? Like the guy in the Matrix who just said, you know what? I really don't give a shit. Put me back in. I don't care if it's fake. Just give me the best fake food. Like, I don't care.
Right.
So you're going to have those. And then you're going to have the other ones who wants to stand up for what's right, who's ready to usher in the change, you know, free energy, you know, living, community living, love, and high vibration. You're going to have the seers. You're going to have, if you want to call them the warriors of the light, whatever you want to call them, you're going to have those ones who are standing and they're holding the space.
Yep.
And, you know, standing in the middle, they're going to be like the whole Michael Jackson. You know how Michael Jackson was in that movie? Not the movie, the video, the Earth Song.
Yeah.
You see how Michael Jackson was in there with the Earth Song? And the wind started coming and he was just holding on and just holding on no matter what was going on. He was still holding on and saying, well, what about? What about? So that's the other people who decide that they're taking off this, take this shit off my face. I want to see every goddamn thing. So, but at the end of the day, Kelrick, free will. Free will, baby. We always have to remember free will. We have to honor free will. We can only, when somebody's going through the dark night of the soul, because I've went through a few, not one, not two. I've had many. It's levels to the shit. So when they're going through the dark night of the soul, that is when they're being shown a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you're going through a cleansing, a washing, and you have to see it. And sometimes no matter what anybody say to you, no matter, you know, it doesn't seem like it's working. It doesn't feel like it's soothing, you know. It's like you're drowning in emotions. So the only thing that you can do for someone who's going through a dark night of the soul is to be there for them. You have to be there for them. You're going to have patience, lots and lots of patience.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you want to let them go through what they're going through. Let it marinate, you know. Let them sit with certain things for a while and let it do the purge and let it do the wash and let it do the renewing. Because they're literally, you know, pressure makes diamonds. It also bursts pipes. That's what I'm saying. It could go either way. But as a friend, family member, whatever, whoever you are to that individual, that soul, the best thing that you can do is just be there for them and support them. Don't judge them. Never judge them. You know, if you see them judging themselves, hold the space. There you go. Hold that space of balance, love, light, you know, integrity, all that stuff. So they know that you're like a safe space for them. So that they know no matter what, you know, they have you as their safe space. And this is all we can do. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that have to make these choices for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you just be there for them and love them unconditionally.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So
write a book. Who's that? Les, go on, write that book.
Yeah.
Write that book and send a copy so we can read it.
All right. So with that being said, y'all, we love y'all so much. We want to thank you all for holding space with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, our Royal Twin Flames, be on the lookout for the community board. Look for the
Yes.
posts for the meetings. Look for the posts for the discount codes and things of that nature, because we are
Yes.
going in for 2021.
We are, and if you're not a Royal Twin Flame again, just exit out of the chat, hit the join button. We welcome you aboard, and we love you guys so much. And thank you for being here with us. Thank you guys, our Royal Twin Flames in the chat. We love you,
Yes.
and thank you for supporting your brother and your sister in the chat, because we are all one at the end of the day, just different attention points and time experiencing itself.
There you go.
Thank you guys. We love you.
All
we
right.
honor you.
With that being said, peace out.